let me try and briefly update you with things. It has been winding me up, this project, a little bit. It should have been done forever ago, last year. And we've got our basic fitment for some gauges in there. And we had to replace the key recently and the lock set because we lost the original key. I'm not quite sure how, but there we go. The quick shift is having issues. Second gear is a problem, so I'm going to have to fix that. We had EMP not working properly, which means, of course, the poor guy that was tuning it, it wasn't actually giving correct figures. So that's now sorted, and we'll talk about EMP control or VNT control later, because I messed that up as well. Let me quickly show you on the bite. You will notice the very obvious holes and offset number plate, which kind of helps the offset intercooler. The reason for this is it's not been staying very cool, which is a problem, a real problem. And the problem is, I would say 90% of the reason I went direct injection and didn't stick with XUD was cooling, and it's struggling to stay cool. So we went through a set of different thermostats, and then we've been going with holes to see if it's airflow, and I think potentially the new radiator just isn't up to the job. It wasn't a genuine Valio, I grabbed it on cheap. So I think an alley rad will be going in there, which will cause issues. We're trying to fit it in front of the air conditioning condenser, the pump down there, but we'll get there. So that'll be happening very soon. We also found 3-day glow plugs and did a compression test a couple of weeks ago, and that was our results. If you're interested, 300 psi, 220, 320, 300. So 3 pretty good, 1 is a little bit low, which is actually the cylinder that dropped a valve. So I'm hoping the new valve seat is okay. Hopefully it will be alright. Hopefully that will get better with time as well. We'd like that to get a bit better. VNT control. The problem we had was, this is the solenoid, sits something like that in the car, and this little screw here has been coming apart. Hopefully it will focus. There we go, sort of focusing. Basically this is coming loose, which is obviously then just adjust the angle of everything, which is no good. So I had to take it off to tidy it up, so I've taken it off, tidied it all up, made it all painted and shiny and lovely, ready for it to explode. Let's not say that. I welded very badly this bolt, this nut here, so that won't turn, and that stays a permanent part of this bracket. Tidied up the edges, painted it all, and on this I ran a tiny little bead of weld at the top there and a tiny little bead of weld at the bottom, because this piece here was kind of coming apart, allowing it to loosen, and I've put a second nut there to lock it, and a little washer there just to spread it out. When you squeeze them together, it doesn't break this section, because it is quite thin metal there. So hopefully, once we set it in the right position, we can lock it off with that lock nut, and then it won't go anywhere, and then all the settings won't be lost in the mapping. So that's the plan. So let's go and bolt that to the car and see what it looks like. Right folks, that's how it looks. Perhaps a bit fancy paintwork for some of it, especially compared to the turbo, which is now looking dirty. But I've renewed the bolts and put things like washers in and put some nice caps on some of the ends of them as well, just to make it look nice. So, and there's that nut in sort of functionality. So it works nicely. So what we've just got to wait for is take it to the driver, it's likely to be out of calibration, and then get the mapper back on it. Assuming the cooling system's sorted, and we're away. We're just going to trial fit some wheels. Oh, hello.